Hey rock stars, welcome back to Metaphysical Monday. So I'm trying something new today. I'm going vertical because I can't see comments when I'm horizontal, and so I'm experimenting to see if I can see the comments and who's watching if I go vertical, which I think I can because I was experimenting with it the other night. So please leave a comment so I can see if it's working. So this is Metaphysical Monday, and I also want to remind you that I'm starting a meditation group through Facebook. I just created it this morning. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to put the link in the comments. I'm trying to figure out where the camera is so I know where to look. I think it's up there. So please join us if you're interested. I think that many of us are going through oh, there we go. Hi, Kevin. It's working. I wish it would work horizontal. Oh, well. Hi, Jean. Oh, I'm glad it's working. Yay, I can see everybody now. And since so many of us are going through such extraordinary, challenging times right now, I thought it would be a good idea to form this meditation group because I really think it could help us individually, it could help us as a group, and it could also help heal the planet. So look for that. I'm going to put the link in the comments, and hopefully you'll join us. I'm going to do it Monday morning and Friday evening so that people that can't join us in the morning can maybe join us in the evening. And if you can't join us for the lives, you can always watch it after we've posted it and meditate along with it. And please bear with me because I've never done this before, and it'll take a while to get my bearings and get used to leading the group. So today I want to talk about pendulums. And oh, I forgot to get the book. So anyway, we have this book on pendulums, and I thought I would start reading it because I didn't know that much about pendulums. All I knew was it's a divinatory tool, and it's been around for a long time as a divination tool. But all I knew was, yes is one way and no is the other way. However, in the book they say that you can ask it which way is yes for you and which way is no, which I sort of knew too, but I learned so much more. I just started reading it, and I'm just going to start practicing along with the author's recommendations, so maybe you can join along with me. We have a really big selection of pendulums, which I'll show you in a little while, but I want to go over some of my notes with you so you can learn along with me. So first of all, let me grab a pendulum here. This is a moonstone pendulum, in case you're not used to what a pendulum looks like. So this is a typical pendulum shape, although anything that's suspended that has weight on a string or chain or cord, whatever, can be used as a pendulum. So even a pendant that you have, you can use as a pendulum. So almost anything can be used as a pendulum, just as long as it's got some weight and something to hang it from. So you want to hold it between your thumb and your index finger like that. And you don't want to pinch it tight. You want to hold it pretty loose. And then you want to hold your arm out 90 degrees from the floor. So like that. And if you're sitting down, you could rest your arm on a table, so it's like that. You just want it parallel to the ground. Typically, people like to use a chain or a cord that's between 4 to 5 inches. And use your right hand if you're a righty and your left hand if you're a lefty. Make sure your legs and arms, hi Bob, make sure your legs and arms are not crossed because that can stop the movement. And he says you can experiment by crossing your legs and arms and seeing if it stops. So he says if you're not familiar with the pendulum, start to just move it back and forth a little bit and get used to the movement of it. And you could swing it in circles just to get a feel for it. So when the pendulum is still, and he said if you haven't worked, hi Dave, if you haven't worked with a pendulum before, it might take a while to get it to move. He said just be patient. Sometimes it could take minutes, sometimes it could take days, sometimes it could take weeks, he said. But he said to practice at the beginning with it for 5 minutes at a time. So when it's still, you want to ask it, okay, which way is yes for me and which way is no? So there's 4 different movements you can get from it. One is back and forth like this. One is sideways like that. And then one is counterclockwise and one is, clockwise, and one is counterclockwise. So those are the 4 different ways. it can swing for you. Let's see. So the pendulum will work more readily if you're open to things and you're more imaginative and receptive versus people that are more left brain, like logical, methodical, and precise. Okay. So besides yes or no, by the way, you can really only ask it yes or no questions. And besides yes or no, the other answers you might get are I don't know and I don't want to answer. And by the way, all these answers are coming from your subconscious. And once you get used to it and learn how to use it, you won't have a problem with it for the rest of your life, according to the author. But if you haven't used it for a while, he said to recheck with it and ask again which way is yes for me, which way is no, so on and so forth. And you can start by testing it with answers that you already know, like am I a woman, I'm a man, is my name Susan, those kinds of questions you could ask it. And it doesn't matter if you say it out loud or just say it in your head. He says, be careful with your questions initially. It's possible to override the movements with your will. What if your pendulum has broken point? I don't think it's that bad, but I don't think it's that great either. I would try to get a new one, I think, Jean. If you secretly hope for a particular outcome, the pendulum might reflect your innermost desires. If you have emotional involvement in the outcome, it's better to ask someone else who has no interest in the outcome to hold the pendulum for you. He says the pendulum is not a plaything and should not be used to ask flippant questions. And so I think I'm guilty of that. I think sometimes I maybe asked kind of silly questions, so he says don't do that. So he says if you want to test the answer, you can rephrase the question in another way. You could do it like backwards. So for instance, instead of, first you could say, should I stay working at XYZ Corp in preference to returning to college to complete my degree? And then you could ask it, should I return to college to complete my degree rather than staying with my current job? So you can test the answer you get by reversing the question, if that makes sense. And then he says it's better to ask a series of shorter questions versus a long, complicated question. And if you get a I don't want to answer, see if you can ask the question again in a different form, making it simpler. Okay, I already said that. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Like I said, it works by tapping into your subconscious mind. It is an ideometer response. I've never heard that word. I love learning new words. Ideometer. So ideo means idea, and motor means movement. Ideometer. Okay, we already said that. Oh, it's good to store it in a bag, and don't let anyone else use it. You should be the only one that can use it. If you want to have another set of pendulums that other people can use, that's fine, but he said the main one for you should not be used by other people. Do not ask the same question twice in the same session. This implies doubt, but you can ask it, like I said, in reverse order to test it. He says never show off your abilities with the pendulum. Use the pendulum only for good purposes. And experts say it takes about a year to become an expert with the pendulum. So we're going to give it some time. So I'm going to go home tonight and I'm going to practice with mine. And if you have one and want to practice along with me, let me know and we could do it together. It'll be fun. So I'll show you the ones we have in stock right now. Some of these are on our website and some of them aren't. This is moonstone, rainbow moonstone, and it has some black tourmaline in it. This is called Arabic stone. It's also known as camel jasper, script stone. These are all little actual fossils of sea creatures in there. Kind of interesting. We have tiger's eye. This one's a multicolored tiger's eye. It's got some of the blue hawk's eye in there. We've got goldstone. No, wait, this is jasper, sorry. Next one will be goldstone. This one's jasper, red jasper. Oh, I guess I'm missing the goldstone. This one's fluorite. Really pretty with the banding. Hi, Linda. I've personal use and one I use for my soul readings. Oh, that's cool. That makes sense. This one's a chakra one, so they cut the stones and bonded them together. Here's another chakra version. These are all $12, by the way. Here's a quartz one. This one is pyrite. This one's really heavy because pyrite is iron. Got rose quartz. This is a different shape. It's bloodstone. Aventurine. Amazonite. By the way, let me know if it bugs you that I'm vertical. Like I said earlier, the reason I'm going vertical is I can see everybody's comments now. I can't see it when I go horizontal, which is really annoying. This is lapis. You can see the little pyrite flakes in it. This is lepidolite. And sodalite. Okay, Jean, it's yours. And then this is amethyst. By the way, I want to remind you that we're having a virtual customer appreciation party this Saturday from 6 to 7. Please RSVP if you haven't already, if you want to join us. Once you RSVP, which means you have to answer some questions and give us your email address. Oh good, you like the vertical better? Oh good, Jean. Then you will be entered to win gift cards. We're giving away a $10, $25, and a $50 gift card at our customer appreciation party. We're going to have music, live music. We're going to answer questions. We're going to show some items that will be discounted. It should be a lot of fun. We're going to toast to you guys, and you could toast to us, and it'll just be a quick hour, but I'm looking forward to it. And I'm also looking forward to interviewing my friend Kelly, who's an astrologer, and she's going to tell us what the heck is going on in the stars that's making this crazy, crazy, crazy world we're living in right now. So stay tuned for that. I believe I forgot when it is, but it's not this week. It'll be, I believe, next week, and we'll let you know. So, like I said, if you want to join our meditation group, I'm going to post it in the comments, and please join our customer appreciation party. I'll tell you more on Wednesday. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Cheers.